Meet the Oldendorfs and the Glazebrookes. They're part of a European study on how daylight and natural ventilation in buildings can reduce energy consumption and affect the everyday life of people living in sustainable homes. Politicians and the business community are working to reach the 2020 European climate and energy goals. A strong focus point is to reduce the energy consumption in buildings that account for 40% of the European energy use. This can be done by building new sustainable homes and climate renovate existing buildings. However, according to experts in architecture, we may overlook important building principles that include daylight and natural ventilation.
We really need to consider more than the climate when we renovate or build the homes of our future. The research has shown that daylight and the indoors environment has considerable effect on our well-being, our health, and also our personal energy level.
For almost 2 years, the Oldendorfs, a German family of 4, have been testing what it means to live in a climate-renovated house. They have especially been testing the effects of daylight in their everyday life.
Für mich ist es immer wieder schön zu sehen, man kommt hier ins Haus und es ist hell. Egal welches Wetter man hat, hier ist es immer freundlich und die Stimmung ist gleich viel besser.
The house, called Licht Active House, is a climate-renovated house from the 1950s located in Hamburg. The house runs entirely on energy from the sun. The windows control the temperature in the house by collecting heat from the sun and letting in fresh air to ventilate and cool when necessary. And in order to cover all the energy demands with renewable energy, the roof is also packed with solar collectors for hot water and solar cells for electricity.
If you build or renovate using these design principles, you can lower carbon emissions, you can save energy, you can quite probably increase the value of your building. But more importantly, having generous amounts of daylight and natural ventilation in your house or in your office will add substantial quality to your everyday life or your work.
Sociologists have been monitoring families in sustainable homes all over Europe. Among them the Oldendorfs in Hamburg and the Glazebrookes in the newly built Carbon Light home in England.
Just a general feeling of, it is that sense of lightness, a sense of relief living somewhere where there is so much sunlight.
The results show a change in both behaviour and living patterns in the family's everyday life.
We know from our test families that after having lived in these houses for only a short while, they don't want to miss it anymore. And they say they are more productive and social life, their family life seems to be more balanced. So this is something we really can see from our data.
I definitely wake up in the morning feeling invigorated, even if I've been up in the middle of the night with the children or anything like that. Just because there's sort of like so much light coming, it just gives you a bounce in your step in the morning. I know it's supposed to have positive effects on your health, the sunlight, and I think it is starting to sort of like take effect.
The roof window manufacturer Velux Group has developed 6 houses with focus on energy, comfort and environment, the so-called active house principles. And, according to the company, we have to prevent a one-sided focus on energy efficiency that overlooks the indoor climate and the people who live and work in the buildings.
We have the solutions, now we need to take action.
This can be done by implementing daylight and natural ventilation as requirements in the building legislation and renovation strategies in Europe.
At the moment, all EU member states are implementing policies on energy efficiency in order to reach the 2020 goals. It's important to tie energy efficiency to indoor climate, so we reach both a lower energy bill as well as better productivity, health and well-being.